Great good morning, officers. Today in this video we are going to talk or read, revise and recall the Civil Services Men's Examination 2014 English Compulsory paper of 2014 years. Gradually in a series we will look 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 or 20. So it is English compulsory. All students have to appear in this with some exception of some northeastern students. Now we will look the time. Time is allotted 3 hours and maximum marks is 300. This paper is qualifying in nature. Only you have to qualify this paper. This paper marks is not included in the merit list, but if you not qualify in this paper, your other paper will not check. So first start with, we will going to only read these questions. Question paper specific instructions. Please read each of the following instructions carefully before attempting questions. All questions are to be attempted. Number of marks carried by a question is indicated against it. Answers must be written in English only. Word limit in questions wherever specified should be adhered to. Any page or portion of the page left blank in the question cum answer booklet must be clearly struck off. Question number 1. Write an essay in about 600 words on any one topic. 100 marks. A. What kind of crisis is India facing, moral or economic? B. Participating in sports help develop good character. C. Should students be allowed to grade their teachers? And D. Not everything that can be counted counts. Not everything that counts can be counted. Now question number 2. It contains 75 marks. Read carefully the passage below and write your answers to the questions that follow in clear, correct and concise language. A complete reading program therefore should include 4 factors. At least one good book each week, a newspaper or a news magazine, magazines of comment and interpretations and book reviews. If you keep feeding your intelligence with this 4 food, you can be sure that your brain cells will be properly nourished. To this must be added the digestive process that comes from your own thinking and from discussion with individuals or groups. It is often desirable to make books that you own personally part of your mind by underlining or by marking in the margin the more important statements. This will help you to understand the book as you first read it, because out of the mass of details you must have selected the essential ideas. It will help you to remember better the gist of the book, since the physical act of underlining with your eyes on the page tend to put the thought more firmly into your brain cells. It will save time whenever you need to refer to the book. Above all, never forget that creative intelligence is correlation of fact and ideas, not mere memorizing. What counts is what you can do with your knowledge while linking it with other things you have studied or observed. If you read Plutarch's life of Julius Caesar, think how his rise to political power paralleled the technique of Adolf Hitler or that of your local political boss. If you read a play of Shakespeare, think how his portrayal of the characters help you to understand someone you know. In everything you read, keep at the back of your mind what it means to your life here and now, how it supports or challenges the things you were taught in school, in church, and at home, and how the wisdom you get from books can guide you in your thinking, in your career, in your voting as a citizen, and in your personal morals. Now we will look the question. A. What are the 4 things required for a complete reading program and why? 15 marks. B. What else is required to feed your intelligence? It also contains 15 marks. C. Why does the writer recommend underlining or marking in the margin the more important statements? It also contains 15 marks. Question number D. What use can you put your knowledge to? 15 marks. And E. How can what you learn from books help you in your life? 15 marks. Now, another question. Question number 3. Make a preface of the following passage in about 1/3 of its length. Please do not give a little to it. Preface should be written in your own language. If this century has, in the famous phrase, made the world safe for democracy, the next challenge is to make a world safe for diversity. It is in India's interest to ensure that the world as a whole must reflect the idea that is already familiar to all Indians, that it shouldn't matter what the colors of your skin is, the kind of food you eat, the sound you make when you speak, the God you choose to worship, or not, so long as you want to play by the same rules as everybody else. And they dream the same dreams. It is not essential in the democratic world to agree all the time, as long as you agree on the ground rules of how we will disagree. These are the global principles we must strive to uphold if we are to be able to continue to uphold them securely at home. We want a world that gives us the conditions of peace and security that will permit us to grow and flourish, safe from foreign depredations but open to external opportunities. Whether global institutions adapt and revive will be determined by the way those in charge are capable of showing the necessary leadership. Right now, many of us would suggest that there is a global governance deficit. Reversing it would require a strong leadership in the international community by a number of powers, including the emerging one. India is an obvious contender to provide some of that leadership. India should aim not just as being a powerful, it should set new standards for what the powerful must do. This is a huge challenge and one to which India must rise. An analogy from another field is not encouraging. Many would argue that India has not acquitted itself well when given the chance to have the global impact in one domain, that of the sport of cricket, where India accounts for more than 80% of the game revenues and perhaps 90% of its viewership, giving it an impact on the sport that no country can rival. Clearly, international opinion does not believe that in its domination of world cricket, India has set a new standards for what the powerful must do. Broadening the analogy of global geopolitics, one could well say, India, your world needs you. So India must play its due part in the stewardship of the global commons, including everything from the management of the internet to the rules governing the exploitation of outer space. We can do it. India is turning increasingly outward as a result of our new economic profile on the global stage. Our more disposed interest around the world and the reality that the other countries in our neighborhood as well as in Africa are looking to us for support and security. India has the ability and the vision to promote global partnership across the broad range of its interests. It only needs to act. The world economic crisis should give us an opportunity to promote economic integration with our neighbors in the subcontinent to look to the growing Indian market to sell their goods and maintain their own growth. But as long as the South Asia remains divided by futile rivalries and some continues to believe that terrorism can be a useful instrument of their strategies, doctrines, that is bound to remain a distant prospect. We in the South Asia need to look to the future, to an interrelated future on our subcontinent where geography becomes an instrument of opportunity in a mutual growth story, where in history binds rather than divides, where trade and cross-border links flourish and bring prosperity to all our peoples. 603 words. Now, question number 4. A. Rewrite the following sentences after making necessary correction. Please do not make unnecessary change in the original sentence. A. 1. School is very near my home. It contains 1 marks. 1 marks each. The 10 equal to 10 marks. 1 into 10, 10 marks. Second. They never fail who die in great cause. Third, it rained an hour before. 4. He wrote a most complete account of his travels. 5. Either of these 3 answers is incorrect. 6. You will be late until you hurry. 7. He is seldom or ever absent from school. 8. The colors so passed off one another that she could not distinguish them. Question 9. The general as well as his soldiers were killed in the battle. And 10. The boat was drowned. Now question number B. Supply the missing words. A. If you see him, give him dash masses. Second, I hope to reach the station. Yes, fill in the blanks we get there, say an hour at the outside. Question number 3. Fill in the blanks are Rustam and Sohrab. There were 3 other boys present. 4. Invalids are not capable. Blank. Continued exertion. 5. Blank. He had not paid his bill. His electricity was cut off. Now question number C. Use the correct form of the verb in the bracket. A. His company is correctly blank after, and by making C which verbs will suitable fill in this blank. It also contains 1 marks. 1 into 5 equal to 5 marks. Second, his courage blank him forsake. Third, the terrified people blank to the mountains flee. 4. The police blank no stone unturned to trace the culprits leave. 5. The rover blank him a blow on the head strike. D. Write the antonyms of the following. 1 into 5 equal to 5. 1. Ability. 2. Precise. 3. Constructive. 4. Extravagant. 5. Pretentious. Question number 5. Rewrite each of the following sentences as directed without changing the meaning. 1. He finished his exercise and put away his books. It contains 1 into 10 equal to 10 marks. Second, in the event of his being late, he will be punished. Change into compound. Third, he said to me, I have often told you not to play with fire. Change into indirect speech. He said that he had come to see them. Change into direct speech. 5. He drove too fast for the police to catch. Remove to. 6. The audience loudly cheered the mayor's speech. Change into passive voice. 7. A reward was given to him by the governor. Change into active voice. 8. Sita is not one of the cleverest girls in this class. Change into comparative degree. 9. I was doubtful whether it was you. Change into negation form. 10. It is sad to think that youth should pass away. Change into exclamatory sentence. Now, question number B. Use each of the following words to make a sentence that brings out their meaning clearly. Do not change the form of words. No marks will be given for vague and ambiguous sentence. 1 into 5. First is gratitude. Second is flavor. Third is exploitation. Fourth is dismal. 5 is clumsy. 6. C. Choose the appropriate word to fill in the blank. 1 is to 5. 5 marks total. 1. He got blank blow from his enemy. And you have to choose this given two options. Deadly or deathly. Second. The blank of his speech was very lucid and natural. Delivery or deliverance. Third, I do not know how to express my gratitude. You have been blank to me, beneficial or beneficent. Or number 4, my friend will blank me to the hospital, accompany or escort. 5, we sat in the blank of a tree and relaxed a while, shadow and shade. And D. Use the phrases in the sentence of your own word to bring out their meaning clearly. Do not change the form of the words. First, according to. Second, all of a sudden. Third, ready money. Fourth, burning questions. 5, ins and out. That's all. So today in this video we will look and read, revise or recall the 2014 Men's Compulsory English Questions paper. Thank you. Have a great day.